What is up, guys? My name is Matt from Magic the Greatening, and today I got a really fun and cool and just overall awesome kind of combo black-white token deck for you. I know recently I've been making a lot of black-white decks. I just made a black-white enchantment control. I've had black-white zombies, I've had black-white aristocrats, and now I have black-white tokens. But this isn't your normal token deck list here, where we're playing Hidden Stockpile and Metallic Mimic Animation Module and just a whole bunch of servo creators. We have a little bit different theme going on. Let's go to the two things here that one you would expect to be in a token deck, and the other you might be scratching your head at why you haven't put it in your token deck yet. We're going to play 4 copies of Anointed Procession and 4 copies of Panharmonicon. Yeah, so Panharmonicon is kind of the secret ingredient in this deck and what kind of sticks this token deck out of all other token decks. We're playing a lot of things with Fabricate in this deck, a lot of things that have Enter the Battlefield triggers. All our things are going to be able to either have Enter the Battlefield triggers or create multiple tokens when they come out, or do both. So we definitely want to play the full 4 of those, both of these. So just imagine, when I'm naming cards out, just imagine having both of these cards out at the same time, or God forbid have 2 of one or 2 of the other, or 2 or both. So let's get right into it. So here are the creatures. We're not playing any 1-drops. We're just going to go straight to the 2 and 3 drops here. We're going to play 4 Anointed Priests, 3 Glint Sleeve Artisans, and 4 Weaponcraft Enthusiast. Weaponcraft Enthusiast is one of the best cards in the deck. Because if you have both Anointed Procession and Panharmonicon out, Weaponcraft Enthusiast enters, the Fabricate trigger goes off twice because of Panharmonicon, so you get the Fabricate, technically, Fabricate 4 instead. And with Anointed Processions out, you'll create 8 tokens on a 3-mana guy. For 3 mana, you will create 9 creatures. It's just absolutely insane. And thinking like a Glint Sleeve Artisan is kind of in there for an early game thing that also has Fabricate. Not as good as some of the other stuff. Anointed Priest is just going to gain us an insane amount of life. And remember, Panharmonicon isn't just Enter the Battlefield abilities. It says whenever an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, and it triggers an additional time. So things like Anointed Priest you have already out. Then let's say you have Anointed Procession Panharmonicon, you play Weaponcraft Enthusiast. You create 9 creatures, 8 of them are tokens. Anointed Priest, its triggers will go off twice on each of the tokens, gaining you 16 life on a 3-mana creature, and also putting 9 creatures out. It's just like an insane play with both these things out. So yeah, those are some of our early game creatures. Let's get to some of the late game stuff that's going to be pretty sweet to play. Alright, so here comes the 5 and 6 mana stuff. Didn't want to play any 4 mana creatures to not run into a problem, because we're playing, 4 Panharmonicon and 4 Anointed Procession. So we're going to play 4 copies, of Angel of Invention, 3 copies of Newscraft Mob, and 3 copies of Noxious Gearhulk. Gearhulk is the only thing in our creature base that doesn't create us tokens, but it gets 2 triggers for Panharmonicon, and that is really good in itself. Gains us a whole bunch of life, takes out multiple creatures, creates a 5/4 with Menace. It's just like insane value in this deck. Newscraft Mob, you have both Panharmonicon and Anointed Processions out. It'll enter with 10+1 counters instead of 5. And then whenever you or your opponent plays a spell, you're going to get 2 zombies if you have Anointed Processions out. Just insane value, a huge token generator for you. It's going to get pointed at removal most of the time next to things like Angel Invention, Noxious Gearhulk. All those are going to be they're going to point their removal spells at. But it is insane if they let you keep it and it goes off and you let 4 or 5 spells get through before they're able to do something about it. And an Angel Invention, it's going to buff all our 1/1s. And is just like Weaponcraft Enthusiasts. If you have both those Panharmonicon and Anointed Processions out, you're going to get 8 tokens that are all 2/2s, and then you just created a Flying Vigilance Lifelink guy. I mean, it's only a 2/1. It's pretty easy to remove, especially if you're playing a blue-red counter-burn deck. But, creating 8 tokens and buffing them is insane value, so we wanted to play the full 4 of this. Alright, so that was all the creatures playing 21. We already talked about Anointed Processions Panharmonicon quite extensively. So let's get to our other non-creature spells. We're going to play 2 copies of Cast Out and 3 copies of Stasis Snare. It's the only, you know, removal we have in this deck outside of Noxious Gearhulk. We do kind of hope on Noxious Gearhulk to get us out of jams, especially with removing some crucial creatures on the other side of the board. Cast Out and Stasis Snare can help that as well. So yeah, nothing else to say much about it. On to the lands. Now I try to make this deck as budget as I can. I know we're playing Anointed Processions and Panharmonicon and Noxious Gearhulk and Archangel Avacyn, which are pretty expensive cards, but they're kind of the best cards in the deck. Just know that when I tell you that we're not playing like Concealed Courtyard or anything like that in the land base. We are playing 2 copies of Westvale Abbey. Very, 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 very easy to get this thing on. You know, outside of stuff like having a crap ton of tokens out, Westvale Abbey is one of our game enders, so I wanted to play at least 2 of that. And then we're playing 12 plains and 12 swamps. Yeah, we're playing 26 lands in this deck, and we really need it because we need to hit our land drop for the first 6 turns so we can start, you know, we can play our stuff on curve and hopefully get our combo rolling by, you know, turn 5 and 6. So 26 lands, 2 Westvale Abbey, and then split between plains and swamps. On to the sideboard. We're going to play 4 Anguish Unmaking, 4 more removal, 2 more Cast Outs, if you want to go that route. 2 Declaration in Stone, just in case they're playing a Tokens deck or a Zombies deck. 4 Forsake the Wordlies to take out enchantments. There's a lot of good enchantments out there right now. Quarantine, you know, I just made a black-white enchantment deck, and I went over all the enchantments. Like, there's an insanely good amount of enchantments out there. So Forsake the Wordly is going to be a 4 of, and it takes out artifacts, take out things like Scrapheap Scrounger, you know, stuff you don't want coming back. Aetherworks Marvel. So yeah, we're going to play 1 more Newsgraph Mob just in case you're not playing against control and you're able to resolve this. 1 more Gearhulk just in case you are playing an aggro deck and you need more life gain, you need more removal. And then we're also playing 1 more Stasis Snare in the same scenario for the Noxious Gearhulk, that we need more removal and we need more early game stuff to kind of live to get our little combo out. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see some other videos of mine, just click here and here. And if you want to subscribe, either click this logo or hit that sub button below. Thanks again for watching.